with that, plenty on the table for viewers to ask you about. We'll start
Oh, yeah.
in Pennsylvania. Anthony, Greentown, Republican. You're on with Republican Tom McClintock.
Yes, good morning, John. Good morning, Congressman. I want to I admire your tenacity about the vote you made yesterday. The question I have for you, though, is you mentioned before that the Biden administration, Mayorkas, are not enforcing the laws that already exist. Mm-hmm. The impeachment process that you voted against, that 214 of your colleagues voted for, they believe that this is constitutional. You're on a team, and the way to send a message for this administration and future administrations to enforce the law is to potentially be impeached if you do not enforce the law. Apparently, that mechanism is not what you believe to be true. What is your mechanism to make the Biden administration enforce the laws that exist already on the border? Thank you.
As I said, it's not going to be solved by bills that won't be signed, laws that won't be enforced, funds that will only be used to admit more illegals into the country and not expel any. And it's not going to be fixed by replacing one left-wing official with another. It can only be fixed by the American people at the ballot box by replacing this entire administration. When people ask me, how could this be happening to our country? The answer is pretty simple. If you voted for Biden and the Democrats, this is exactly what you voted for, because this is exactly what they promised to do. It's exactly what they did. And it's exactly what they've defended for the last 3 years. And I think Americans are rapidly coming to that conclusion. I think there's a lot of buyer's remorse among Biden voters who are watching all of this unfold in their communities. I think to muddy all of that water with an unconstitutional impeachment is a huge political mistake, in addition to being a huge constitutional mistake. As I said, you dumb down the standards for impeachment. Who's going to oppose the Democrats when they use the same low standard to impeach Clarence Thomas and the other conservatives on the Supreme Court, impeach the next Republican president and his cabinet secretaries? There's a wonderful scene from A Man for All Seasons where William Roper says that he would cut down every law in England to get at the devil. And Sir Thomas More replies, "Oh, and when the last law is down and the devil turns on you, Roper, where will you hide, the laws all being flat? This country is planted thick with laws from coast to coast, man's laws, not God's. And if you cut them all down, and you're just the man to do it, do you really think you could stand upright in the winds that would blow then? Yes, I'd give the devil the benefit of the law for my own safety's sake."
Tom McClintock with us this morning on the Washington Journal, also appearing in the pages of the Washington Post. Here's a picture of the congressman. The caption, Tom McClintock leaves a Republican conference meeting on Capitol Hill on Tuesday. He was one of the House GOP members who voted against impeaching Alejandro Mayorkas, leading to a stunning rebuke of the effort. The headline saying the speaker's plans to bring up the vote to impeach again. What happens next time?
What happens
next time he brings it up?
I can't read minds and I can't tell fortunes. I can tell you my own mind, and that is that these principles have not changed since the Constitution was written. And I'm not going to change them in my vote now.
Do you think you'll be able to convince any of your Republican colleagues to change their votes? Have you gotten close?
Again, I can't read minds, so I don't know, but I'll certainly try.
Alexander, Brooklyn, New York, Democrat. Good morning. You're next.
Yes, hello. Good morning. Thank you for taking my call. Congressman, you just said, the chaos of the Biden administration. I am a Democrat. There's a great deal of things I do not support of the Democratic Party. I think that's a healthy part of a party, not being completely in on a party. Mm-hmm. But you discussed about the chaos and the dictatorships around the world. And, what is your alternative? I mean, as a party, what is your platform? You had a bill.
Defend Ukraine.
Democrats certainly were not happy about it.
Defend Ukraine, defend Israel, so that we don't have to defend ourselves in the future as dictatorships march around the world. I mean, you read the history of the 20th century, it's pretty clear that if the Allies had moved against Hitler at the start, World War II never would have taken place. There's a wonderful story about Winston Churchill and Franklin Roosevelt at the Atlantic Conference. Roosevelt leans across during one of the breaks, and he says, our boys are having a terrible time coming up with a name for this war. What are you calling it over there? And Churchill immediately responds, we call it the unnecessary war. Never was there a war easier to prevent. And that's the way I look at the situation in Ukraine and Israel right now.
Tehran, San Diego, Independent, good morning. You're next.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm from Florida, but I'm in California, and it's alarming the amount of homeless people that are in this state. And obviously, we have a housing crunch in this country, and I'm just wondering how people are supposed to find places to live when millions of people are still allowed to come into the country. It's supposed to ensure domestic tranquility. Our government is. So if you're allowing illegals into the country and you can't find a place to live, how does that ensure domestic tranquility?
Amen.
That's my...
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. And I've been asking this question of the Democrats for years. I asked this of Ali Mayorkas directly several years ago. He had no answer for it. And the question is, how does it improve our schools to pack our classrooms with non-English speaking students? How does it improve our health care to pack our emergency rooms with illegals demanding a basic free medical care? How does it help the safety of our communities to make it all but impossible to deport criminal illegal aliens or to flood our streets with fentanyl? How does it help working families to flood the labor market with cheap illegal labor? And how does it strengthen our social safety net to allow 5 million illegal immigrants into this country who are impoverished and desperate and have to be supported by the American people? And I have never gotten an answer to any of these questions. I think the answer is self-evident to us all. This is destroying our country, and it has to stop. You know, again, you look at just what they have deliberately released into the country. 3.3 million have been processed and released in defiance of the law. And on top of that, while the Border Patrol has been completely overwhelmed of taking names and changing diapers at the border, we've seen another 1.8 million known gotaways. These are people we watched cross the border or tracked across the border, and we couldn't stop. That's a population the size of the combined states of Iowa and West Virginia in just the last 3 years. But as I said, this is the only way this is going to be changed is by the American people of the ballot box. This was set in motion by the election of this administration. It can only be stopped by replacing this administration with one that is willing to defend our borders and uphold our laws and defend our country.